Sony is truly a brand that holds the keys to the secret of active noise cancelling in headphones. Many other companies give us similar products, sometimes even cheaper, but none of them does it as perfectly as Sony. Today I'm sharing our thoughts about their 4th generation of wireless over-the-ear headphones 1000X. My name is Bogdan, welcome to TechFellas. On the outside there are basically no changes compared to 1000X M4. These are the same plastic-made, lightweight headphones with a soft touch coating. The build is close to perfect, the hinges bring pleasant resistance and a stiff grab when you unfold the headphones. There is a slight play in the hinges near the ear cups, but let's be honest, that would be a 13 labor of Hercules to remove it completely. The new thing is the proximity sensor inside the left earpiece. What is it for? I think you have already guessed by yourself. When you take off your headphones, the music is paused, but in fact you don't have to do these extra moves anymore. When you start talking, the music also turns off by itself. And if you just need to hear something, close the right cup with your palm and the volume will decrease to near the minimum, while the ambient mode activates to amplify the surrounding sounds. In short, you can just live with WH-1000X M4 on your head. On the left side, in addition to the mini jack port and the power button, you can find the key called Custom. It doesn't have any specific function, you must configure it in the app, and among the available options there are voice assistants and switching between A and C modes. Playback control happens with the help of gestures, which still may be very annoying in the first minutes of communicating with the headphones. Just be sure to cancel not only the noise, but also your swearing in rage. And believe me, by the end of the first day, you'll start to get used to them. Still, while on the go, you might face some failures with gestures, like simply when trying to raise the volume, you switch to another track. Anyway, sooner or later the practice will do its job. The headphones are powered by an unknown capacity battery or batteries. With ANC turned on, the manufacturer claims to give up to 30 hours of battery life, when it's off up to 38. Our measurement tests gave practically the same data, therefore I'd stick to these wonderful numbers from the paper. Most users will need to recharge them once in a week, but the one who does long-haul flight trips or travel between cities will get the best feelings, especially after switching from TWS earbuds that give only 5 hours of battery life. Speaking of flights, 1000X M4 can adapt to noise and pressure. They measure the environmental parameters by themselves. All you have to do is to press one special button in the app. Let's talk about connection. The headphones use Bluetooth 5.0 protocol. You can connect to 2 devices at once. Among the codecs there are SBC, AAC and LDAC. There is no aptX, but Sony's proprietary codec adapts perfectly, and besides, every Android smartphone since Oreo has LDAC, so the rage cancelling works again. In the headphone settings you can choose the priority between the quality and stability of the connection. In our case, using OnePlus 8 Pro, we were switching between LDAC and AAC. That was actually really cool, as not every smartphone allows to manually select the codec in Bluetooth settings. When using LDAC, the maximum distance at which the headphones still receive the signal is about 15 to 17 meters. After 5 to 8 meters and a couple of walls between you and the smartphone, stuttering can slip inside. Delay, by the way, is not significant, so you can watch movies and YouTube comfortably. The headphones also use DSE Extreme technology to artificially bring lossy MP3 or AAC format sound to the higher quality, closer to lossless. Here's just the thing, you can either turn it off or set in an automatic mode, so testing and comparing how it really changes the sound flow was quite impossible. The new feature of 1000X M4 is 360 reality audio, that is, pumping soundstage with steroids for a more vivid experience from watching broadcasts and listening to music. So far, this feature has a bit of a use. Among such music streaming apps there is only 360 by Deezer, but there is catastrophically small amount of music cutting short to 1, sometimes 2 albums from the musician list. Now it's time for some audiophile madness. The responsible one for the sound flow is 40mm dynamic drivers with a closed back design. On paper, the frequency response range is as always fantastic 4 Hz to 40 kHz, and the sound in practice, as usual, is Sony branded, dark and massive. The company established it a long time ago and keeps it fairly well, cause any of their expensive headphones can be recognized purely by sound, which not anyone else can boast of. The only question is whether you like this sound or not. At low frequencies and in the lower mids, you can feel a noticeable hum. The bass is soft, however not smeared, which is impressive. The low frequencies are not oversaturated, that's why the amount of bass did not piss me off, although in general I prefer more biting and dry lows. The mids are clean, tasty and expressive. Headphones do really well with the vocals, both male and female. The only thing is, I expected bass vocalists to sound more prominent. As for the high frequencies, they are in such a low amount that hardly keep the sound away from being completely dull and pitch dark. Acoustic instruments seem huge, the guitar sounds like it's the size of a double bass due to the pumped up lows, but it seems that there is no tangling from strings at all. The voice lacks transparency when it jumps into the upper octaves. Vocals also become quieter, when on the record it must be the other way around. All in all, the treble can be pretty nerve-cracking if you are not a fan of this sound in general. You can fix this in the equalizer by choosing a boost in highs or bright preset, but both options have a hard take on the frequency response. Situation improves when you try to change the settings, but we still felt the taste of distorted sound, clearly not being cooked by the manufacturer. Because of that, I cannot even tell whether it's better to live without highs or to suffer from how you cripple them with your own hands. 1000X M4 grants an awesome soundstage and artistic sound delivering with elaborately placed accents, so the headphones will never bite your ears. I recommend using them as your everyday headset. But we haven't finished yet. There is something about microphones. They work flawlessly. Firstly, the output sound quality on the calls. No one I talked with had any complaints about it. If they paid attention to the voice transmission, they only noted the changes for the best. The way the headphones pick up the owner's speech is another topic, because they have never failed in recognizing exactly my voice. By the way, the delay between when I start saying something and the actual silence in headphones doesn't even take a couple of seconds. Definitely no disappointment. According to Sony, ANC became better. We didn't feel the dramatic change in comparison with 1000X M3, but most importantly, we found no flaws in it at all. The headphones managed to compensate for a very loud rumble, some unpredictable sounds, and in general everything on the way of a music lover. With the sound turned off, I've been getting a feeling that I was in some kind of space where it simply did not exist. Honestly, the first time it was kinda frightening how they pull you out of reality when the train should rumble, but it doesn't. And one more important point, when you turn on the noise cancelling, the headphone sound flow doesn't change, which is a sin of many Sony competitors. Also, when the music is off, there is almost never a quiet parasitic hissing, which is a common problem in similar headphones. In short, this is yet the best noise terminator, and it is so good that while walking I'd recommend reducing its effectiveness in the settings, because listening to music in perfect conditions is great, but getting hit by a truck is frankly not desirable. Summarizing the stuff, Sony WH-1000X M4 are worthy of $400. The key word here is worthy despite the large cost. This is one of the products that I'd love to have without the actual need. They grant a nice signal quality, long battery life, with the functions like silencing music when you talk, and the traditional Sony sound. I can easily call them yet the best wireless over-the-ear headphones. And this is it for today. In the description box below you can find the links to the internet store so you can buy these headphones, and if you like this video, then why not to support our channel by subscribing to it, hitting the like button, ringing the bell to stay tuned for more cool content. My thanks for watching, and cheers!